Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you believers out there, the Aki and Wa'akwa. And this devil, man, you know what I'm saying? I got on this devil on lesson earlier today. And, that's just the spirit. Because the clip been going around how, your boy DJ Trump, he wants to, basically, had a Smithsonian to get, try to hide that shameful spewing on America, on you Edomites, on you so-called white people, because your history is loaded with rape, rob, and murder, man. Okay? Rape, rob, and murder. That's how you got the Americas. That's how you got everything that you own, all right? Through rape, rob, and murder, all right? You never got anything righteous in righteousness, okay? Your gift was the sword, and that's what you've lived by, the sword, okay? This is why you guys are, was feared around the globe due to your military power. That sword, okay? So when you go to Lamentations, and it's nothing that you can do, because number one, the cat's already out the bag. Number two, no matter what you pull down, what you take out the Smithsonian, what you take out the schools, what you try to hide, all right, because you're the devil, and part of your sword is deception, all right? The Lord know what you done, all right? So you're going to have to pay. See, you so-called white people thought, because chattel slavery been some years ago, that you was going to ride off in the sunset and all was going to be forgiven. No, the Lord is going to require you to be paid, to pay for what you have done, because you touched the Lord's people and you overdid it. See, so I got scriptures just coming to my mind. That's why I'm kind of, a little stuttering on the speech. But let's go here to Lamentations 4. Matter of fact, before I get to Lamentations 4, oh, man, I don't even know. It's so many scriptures. Like, when you get to getting on Esau, it's like, where do I start? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's go to Habakkuk real quick. Let's go to Habakkuk, the second chapter. And I'm going to get this in the NLT because it hit. All right, because this devil it talks about how bad America is. Well, your history is bad. This is your history. All right, you put us in the chains. All right, you raped our women. You even raped the boys and the men. Something called buck breaking. All right, you slaughtered the so-called Indians. Okay, look what you did to the northern and the southern tribes. Look what you did to the so-called Latinos, man. All right. Conquistadors came and raped, robbed, all of that, man. Esau, all of y'all gonna pay for what y'all done to the tribes. But let me get this. Habakkuk 2 and 12 in the NLT, it says, what sorrow awaits you who build cities with money gained through murder and corruption, right? Because the Israelites built the chief places. The scriptures tell you that we built the chief places even in Egypt. All right, so it's nothing new. America would not be a great country if the Israelites had not built it. All those years of free slave labor, it looked like you devils would have gave us reparations. All right, but y'all the devils. Y'all always gonna try to hold us down because y'all know who we is, and that's mainly speaking to the elites. Because the average so-called white person, they lost in the sauce. They don't know what's going on. All right, they might know a little something, but they don't really know what's going on. All right, they think the people over there in our land right now is the real Israelites. So they don't know what's going on. A lot of them, these what we call Joe Six Packs, these little Beckys, all right, these Karens. A lot of them don't know what's going on. You know why? Because your people have deceived you, man. And guess what? Now that's shameful, because it was a time where you so-called white people, y'all ancestors, they had pride in what they did. All right, that's why they put up these museums. That's why every 5 years you see a new slave movie. This is why you have all like the archetypes, things of that nature. All right, because That's them boasting with pride. Well, now it's coming back on you. Now you trying to hide it. All right. It says, "Woe to you that build cities gained through murder and corruption." This is how America was built, through murder and corruption. All right. Built off the backs of the Israelites, man. And the Israelites are still slaving in this kingdom. All right. It says, "Has not the Lord of heaven armies promised that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes?" So all what you got is going to dust, man. Literally. Literally. Because when the missiles hit and when the chariots come, everything is getting burned up. All right. They work so hard, but all in vain. All in vain. All right. America was built up to get destroyed. The so-called white man was put into power to be destroyed, man. All right. For as the waters fill the sea, the earth will be filled with an awareness of the glory of the Lord. All right. So this is what's happening, and this is what's taking you devils down. All right. This spiritual war. We're in a spiritual war. And Esau can't win a spiritual battle. Okay. When the Israelites are moving in the spirit, in the good spirit, Esau can't win that battle because his gift is the sword. That's why he's good at the weapon, bombing people with missiles, with the guns. That's his blessing. They're not a spiritual people. Verse 15. "What sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? You force the cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness." All right. And see, that's the thing that you did to the Israelites. All right. You put drugs in our community, guns in our community. All right. You put hip hop in front of the whole nation. You do all of these things so you can turn around, give us the drugs and lock us up. Give us the gun so we kill ourselves and then lock us up. Kill two birds with one stone. This is what Esau do, man. All right. Who own the record labels? Who own the TV stations? Who own the newspapers? Who own the radio stations and etc.? It's them. All right. So if they really cared about what rap music and all of this do, why would they sign acts of that nature? All right. You can rap, but it look like they would be like, well, if you rap about killing, stealing, robbing, and this and that, we're not gonna sign you. You're not gonna be on TV. You can do it, but you ain't gonna make it big. See, but they won't. They don't want to do that, cause they the devils, man. All right, they the fucking devils that the Bible speak about, man. And just really analyzing and thinking about it and standing back and really looking at it, going into the script, it piss you off, cause again, you said what sorrow awaits you, man. You gonna pay. And you think you ain't gonna pay, and they walk around with them little smirks, haughty, neck up, like they done got away. No, not knowing they going into captivity. It says, "But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced." Right. "Come drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame." Yup. So right now, this is the process that's happening. This is why Trump want to they got something called critical race theory. They want to take slavery out of the schools. They want to edit what's being in these museums. They want to edit their history so it will look like, oh, why is it always talking bad about? Well, that's y'all history. This is how the country was built. The country was took. All right. The Israelites of the northern kingdom was already over here. The land was flourishing. When Esau came over here, now you see what you got now. Death. All right. Wherever this devil go is death. You will have a nice island. It'll have good vegetation, good soil. The water will be clean. The people will know how to live off the land. They'll be doing good. Esau come along and it'll fucking destroy you, man. He the ultimate nigga, man. But it said you gonna be disgraced. And that's what's taking place. Y'all disgraced about y'all history, man. You cut. Let me jump down to verse. Yeah, that's pretty much the point. Yep, that's pretty much the point. So now let me get to. Let's go to Lamentations. All right, because you devils think y'all think y'all gonna ride off into the sunset. Y'all think y'all can call on Jesus and everything gonna be okay. Nope, not knowing y'all gonna meet who y'all ignorantly calls Jesus. He gonna have a sword waiting on y'all and some chains. Lamentations 4. All right. And 21. Watch this. NLT. Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz? O people of Edom, but you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. Yeah. All right. You too gonna drink. You gonna drink. All right. You gonna drink. Them dreads you gonna drink the dreads. They gonna be ran out. You going through hardcore captivity because you gonna get double. Oh, beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. So our punishment is coming to an end, man. You will soon return from exile, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed, right? And one of those sins is is what? The slavery, man. All right, what y'all ain't no telling what y'all was doing, man. Okay. We already know about the rapings, the cutting off of the phallus, putting it in our mouth, all type of shit y'all devils did. All right, cutting pregnant women bellies open, snatching the kids out, feeding alligator bait. All right, that's just the tip. That's the tip of the iceberg right there with you Edomites, man. All right, because we was under captivity under y'all, under the ancient Roman Empire, under the Greeks. All right, so that's the tip of the iceberg with you devils, man. All right, but y'all gonna drink. Y'all ain't gonna ride off. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. You think the Israelites gonna pay and y'all gonna just get away? Ain't no way, boy. Psalm 75. Let's start at verse 6. It says, for promotion, this is in the KJV, for promotion cometh neither from the east nor the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge, putteth down one and set above another. Yeah, so right now, he's putting down Esau and he's setting the Israelites up, man. He putting up and it's starting with this knowledge. The fact that we know we Israelites, the fact that we believe, man. All right, the fact that we calling out this devil. All right. He's putting down Esau. Look at America. Look at the state of America. All right. Economy trash, food trash, water trash. All right. The people overall is trash. All right. Nothing. The earth is languishing because it's under Esau vibration, which is death. All right. You know, some might not die quick. It might take a minute. You know, you have a nice flower and you cut off, you know, a rose petal. Say it's a nice rose and you cut off a flower and you just toss it on the ground. Well, the rose is not going to turn. It's not going to shrivel and die, you know, in a day. It's going to take a process. This is America, man. This is the whole planet Earth under this devil, man. Things have become degenerate, meaning worse and worse. If you look at the people, even look at the music, everything worse and worse because it's under the vibration of Esau, which is an unfit ruler, man. All right. It says, but the Most High is the judge. He put it down one, which, yeah, Esau, he putting you down. You the end of the world and set up another. Jacob is the one that is the beginning, man. All right. For in the hand of the Lord, there is a cup. All right. There go that cup. And the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked, all right, because every nation have wicked people, but the wicked is this devil, man, Esau, Edom. And all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them, and that's including 2/3 and the rest of you other nations. But Esau, you gonna really drink them dregs, all right? You gonna drink and drink and drink, and you gonna be drunk. Let's go here to Isaiah. I mean, there's plenty scriptures, man. The point, you know, Isaiah 51. Let's start at verse 17. All right. Let me see. It says, awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. So for our transgressions, we have drunk. All right. We still drinking them shits. All right. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. Right. Go to our neighborhoods, man. Just trembling, man. Literally. All right. You certain neighborhoods, you don't know if you're gonna make it out, man. You can't even walk down the street a certain type of night. All right. Not that you really should be. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I mean, you know, why shouldn't you be able to walk at any time of the night? All right, because we under them curses, man. You might get robbed, killed, a woman, you might get raped, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You might get beat up. Anything can happen in a Jake neighborhood, man. All right, we under the curses, man. We have drunken the dregs. All right, there is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? All right. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all of the streets. Again, when you go out in predominantly so-called black neighborhoods, what you see? Niggas out in the corner. All right. Jake sprawled out drunk, high off whatever he high off of. Women out there, even prostituting themselves. All right. Even if they ain't really, asking for, a certain amount of money to do it. The way they walking up and down the street, they look like hoes. That's our women, man. The average black woman dressed like a hoe. All right. When she in the summertime, she got on booty shorts. She got on this. She got on. The average black woman ain't covered up. She a hoe. The scriptures tell us our women gonna be harlots in the city. All right. That's why you be hard pressed to find a virgin. All right. If you find a woman that's a virgin, you would be shocked. All right. Because the average Israelite woman is a hoe. All right. Whether she want to admit it or not, whether they want to hear it or not. That's what it is. That's the truth. It says they lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in the net. Yeah. You got some of these little YNs. All right. What are they? They've been raised by their mama. They effeminate. All right. They quick to pull a trigger. You know what I'm saying? Doing all type of dumbass shit. You got these little, what we used to call Twitter babies. They online on Instagram Live and Facebook Live. They committing crimes and doing all these mischievous deeds. Man, that's Jake. Drinking, that's a part of that cup that we had to drink. All right? That's a part of that cup, man. They are full of fury of the Lord and the rebuke of the Most High. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Okay? Now hear this. Let's hear what the Lord is saying. Thus said thy Lord, the Lord Yahweh, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. So our punishment, that cup is about to be removed from us. The Lord is taking that cup. He taking it like, all right, give it here. And it started with this wisdom, man. All right, it really started when Yahushua. You got to think about when Yahushua went up on the crust. We had to go through a lot after that, but I'm just saying that was the beginning of the last days, all right? But it's starting with this wisdom for real, us coming back to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Even the dregs of the cup of my fury, thou shalt no more drink it again. So after this captivity, it's a wrap, all right? Just like Esau ain't going to come back into power never, all right? The Israelites ain't never going under captivity now. But I will put it in the hands of them that afflicted thee. Whoever afflicted us. All you nations going to drink them dreads. Not just Esau. All the rest of you nations. You got these Koreans, these so-called Koreans, these so-called Chinese, Japanese. They pinch their tents in our hood. The so-called Arab. All right. They pinch their tent in our neighborhoods, get fat. These so-called Chaldeans. I know who you are. All right. Which the Chaldeans is nothing. They the same people. They just from different areas. All right, the Chaldeans and the Arabic. One is Christian. The Chaldeans are Christian, so-called Christians. All right, and the Arabs are Muslim for the most part. Okay, it says, but I will put it in the hand of them that afflicted thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over you. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, as the street to them that went over. See, so you are gonna pay, man. Y'all gonna pay, man. Let's keep going. All right, point been made. All right, but let's get a little bit more meat off these bones. Because even when you go to Jeremiah 49, starting at verse 17, it says what? Concerning Edom, all right, Esau, Edom. Thus said the Lord of hosts. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yeah. Esau sloppy out here. All right, he running around trying to set up his new world order. They think they're going to go to war with Yahushua. All right. They trying to hide they whack legacy. All right, which was full with rape, rob, and murder. All right, because when you really look at it, they really don't have a culture. Everything they get, they steal. They steal from the other nations. They stole from us. They stole from everybody. They everybody but Esau. You notice that when Esau can be in a movie, he can be an Arabic, he can be a Chinaman, he can be even the ancient Egyptians, which that's a they man. Not saying they wasn't over there in Egypt, but what I'm saying is they play the parts of the dark of the Hamites, even of the Israelites in Egypt. They'll play they everybody, but when you say they Esau, they run from that. That's how you know that's who they is, man. All right, because they never want to cling to the truth. All right, so it says, verse 8, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him the time that I will visit him. And this is the time of the Lord's visitation on all cylinders. All right, look at the weather. All right, the weather ramping up. Look at that. Okay, look at how Esau go do. The dollar gonna collapse. Okay, this man is no more feared like he was once. You know why? Because prophecy is against him. Like the brother in Mississippi always say, Esau came into power, prophecy was for him. Now prophecy is going against him, meaning that sword he got, now you got, okay, the two mega powers is the Edomites still, Russia and the United States, right? But the United States is not feared no more. You got Russia coming up against them, China, you got the Koreans, you got the Arab. All of these people gonna turn their sword, and and all you nations gonna go into captivity. It's nothing, man. The Lord got all y'all in the trick bag, because China think they up next for some reason. They sadly mistaken. The Lord got them in a big trick bag too. I don't like them damn Moab and Ammon. I don't like them either. They very, very prideful. All right. They pinch their tents in their neighborhood, selling the women the weave. They got their liquor stores, depending on where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like in Georgia, they got liquor stores. Up north, they got more beauty and barber supply stores. The Chaldeans and the Arabics in Detroit, Michigan, they got more of the liquor stores and stuff like that. So it depends on where you at, what these nations have in Israelite neighborhoods. All right. Nonetheless, they still pinch their tent. All right. And the Lord said he was going to do that. All right. So how much more you think you gonna have to pay, man? All right. It says, if the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? All right. Because, when we did our harvest, grapes and things will fall, and the poor, that will be for the poor. Okay. But the Lord is saying, like, look, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night they will destroy till they have enough. So even if somebody rob your home, they're not gonna go and take the tissue and be looking and take some pencils and take your matches and take a couple of books. They're not gonna take everything. They just gonna take the valuable thing. They might take your money if you got that, some jewelry, certain clothing items, or if they can carry the TV out, stuff like that. They're not gonna take everything. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord said what? He basically saying he gonna rid y'all of everything. Verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. Right. That's why we know who you are. We know the so-called white man is Esau. We know who you are. We know you not white. We know you not this European and all. Those are titles that you put on yourself. No, you Esau Edom. You fit the description, brother. And the Lord made you bear with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Call Halam La Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, for real. He for giving brothers the knowledge, even sisters the knowledge. They learn from the brothers, all right? He put the Holy Spirit on men to go through these scriptures and learn them and dissect them, and taught men to teach men to teach, each one teach one. All the way up to little old me, man. Okay? So it says, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. This is Esau's destiny right here. Lead thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let the willows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, all right, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, behold, They whose judgment was not to drink of the cup. All right, so the Israelites, we were supposed to, but I mean, we weren't supposed to, if you get what I'm saying. We were supposed to because it was prophecy, it was all written, but really, we were supposed to be obedient and live that life, you know. But it says what? Whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. Right, there go that cup again. And art thou heat. Hold on. Let me read verse 12 in the NLT. It says, and this is what the Lord says. If the innocent must suffer, how much more must you? You will not go unpunished. You must drink this cup of judgment. So the Israelites, you know, we wasn't innocent. All right. But we are the saints, the Israelites. OK, the Lord is saying, look, we wasn't supposed to drink of the cup, but you're going to drink. You're going to drink. It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? So look, these little Beckys and Chads walking down the street who say, oh, slavery was a long time ago. Well, check this out. Since history don't matter. Let's say you go to buy a home or a car. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to check your credit report. That's your history of paying bills, your history of spending, your history basically telling them, is you trustworthy? So what's going to happen? So that means history means something. So that means when we tell you, look, you going to pay for slavery because that was a part of history and you haven't been paid yet. Well, guess what? That's valid. Even in Esau own law is no statute of limitations on murder. Right. There's no statute of limitations on that. And you've done a lot of murder. You murdered a lot of Israelites who wasn't doing anything to you. It wasn't like, you know, they was running in your homes and all. No, you came over here in the Americas. The natives, they were nice to you. They showed you how to clean yourself up, how to work the land. And then you took advantage and you killed and slaughtered them. You gave them smallpox and et cetera, man. All right. Then you did what you did to the Southern Kingdom, man. All right. So, again, if you go to buy a car today, they're going to check your credit report. They want to know your history. So guess what? History is important. You can't say something was a long time ago and what you did catapulted this country, right? And the people, the backs off of who you did, you got all that free slave labor and you never compensated those people. Never. And it's nothing you can't compensate us. All right. Because we want biblical reparations. And this is what we about to be reading. Let me continue on. Verse 13. It says, for I've sworn by myself. The Lord said, you know how that's Jake right there. You know how Jake be like, man, I swear on my mama. All right. Even though we're not supposed to swear on, you know. But hey, this the Lord. He can do what he want to do. You see what I'm saying? But you not Jake be like, man, I swear on my kids. I swear on, you know, for I've sworn by myself. This is what the Lord said. Saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Right. And we know Basra is a cold word for Esau, Edom. It's a cold word. All right. Basra was a capital city in Edom, man. Okay. It says, I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, all right, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's bringing these heathen, all right, together to come against America. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. And that's what's happening. Everybody, you talk about black fatigue. Well, we got white fatigue. All right, we got Edomite fatigue. We got white fatigue. People tired of y'all shit. All right, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, said the Lord. Right. So you got all your space stations. You got your skyscrapers. All right. You got, ain't no telling what you got up floating in the heavens, meaning space. Well, the Lord gonna bring all that shit down, man. All right. There's nowhere you can go. There's nowhere you can run. You can't hide. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. Right. When America get destroyed, you're not going to know where California began and New York end. You're not going to know where Cali began, or I should say Maine end. You're not going to know where Montana began and Texas end. It's gonna be like Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's get that. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Don't nobody go to Sodom and Gomorrah except they want to, prove some biblical point. Ain't nobody living over there. That's how America gonna be. And I'm just speaking as a man, but I can imagine brothers, telling their kids like, yeah, America, that's what happened when so-called white man ruled. Esau was ruling. This was the end. This was his ending right here. See, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Nobody ain't gonna be in America, man. America empire is falling, and this man will never rise to power again, man. That's gonna be a good thing for the earth. That's gonna be a great thing for the earth. Matter of fact, let me get this, and I'm gonna close out with Isaiah 14. All right. I got so much more, man. I can go through the whole chapter of Isaiah, but let's get this. Verse 1, it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. See, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. All right. And set them in their own land. The land over there now is going to get burned. It got to be burned to a crisp and built back up. It got to be them gutter rats. They dirtied it up. It's not flourishing over there. All right. Once the kingdom get built off the sweat off y'all backs, because y'all going to build the kingdom up. The scripture say it. All right. Y'all going to build our kingdoms up like we did y'all. All right. So get ready. Get your stretching in. All right, because y'all gonna be put to work. Y'all gotta pay. All right. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. That's the Lord's people. That's a cut. That's not everybody. Why he ain't mentioned the Egyptians and the Edomites or the Ammonites? He will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And them strangers are the Israelite foreigners, man. That's not that's not the other nations, man. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for service and handmaid. So who gonna be getting possessed? The other nations, you Edomites, all of y'all. We not gonna have Israelites in possession. They not going to be, now Jake got to go to the kingdom and work again. No, that's not going to happen, man. All right. No. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. Who took us captive? All right. Was it Jake's running the slave boat? Was it Israelites guiding the slave boats and taking them? No, man. No, it wasn't that. Now, you did probably have certain situations once we got over here where, especially with the Israelite woman, she was dealing with an Edomite man. And he died and he left her something and she had some slave. But overall, no, this is not the captives. The Lord said what? And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. Who was we captives of? Of Esau, Edom, man. Even you other nations. And shall rule over their oppressors. Right. We're going to rule over you. What is this talking about? What is this talking about? Who going to be the people who, when you even think about slavery for real, if you was to go to Saudi Arabia, China, Japan, and ask and just be like, when you think about a people that's been enslaved, who you think about? No matter what they say in their mind, they gonna think about black people, so-called black people. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. It's a known thing that we've been in slavery, man. Okay? It says, let me get this. Let me see. Ah, man, there's so much meat on these bones, man. So much meat on these bones. Let me jump down here. It says, Man, there's so much meat on this bones. On this bone right here. Mm-hmm. It says what? Prepare, verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So this, let's peep this out. Because you got these Edomites that always say, well, we didn't have slaves. We didn't do it. But you eating off of that. All right. All of the free slave labor is why you guys are in power right now. Really, the Most High lifted you up. All right, as a whooping stick for the Israelites. It's a fulfillment of prophecy. It's not off y'all own merit. All right, but y'all had so many. That's like if I have a business and I take some people and just, you know what I'm saying, let they working at my business for 20, 30, 40 years for basically free. I get them the scraps and it keep happening for hundreds of years. Well, I'm gonna get filthy rich. And the people I did that, they gonna stay in the poor. They gonna stay poor. So you Edomites walking around today, you are profiting off of slavery. So you don't have to have slaves. And I ain't even gonna get into reincarnation because that's a whole nother subject. It might just go over y'all head. But it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So y'all gonna be cut off. For I will rise against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, all right, and remnant, and son and nephew, said the Lord. So that means he cutting y'all seed off. Because when you cut the male off, you cut the seed off. That's why he said he's going to cut y'all name. It's going to be like y'all, it's going to come a point in time in the kingdom like y'all never was in rulership. All right. Just like in this kingdom, is like we never ruled. All right. People will laugh at the fact that we ruled in Europe. Especially a lot of white people, they won't believe that we ruled in Europe. All right. Well, in our kingdom, that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be laughable of y'all ruling. See, it said and remnant and son, all right, and nephew. So y'all name gonna be cut off. All right. It said, I will also make it a possession for the bittering and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. All right. It's gonna be y'all gonna be done. All right. But that's pretty much the point. Y'all gonna pay. All right. So there's nothing you can do. There's nothing Trump can do. Trump is not gonna make America great again. Y'all not going back to the golden age. China, y'all not next. Saudi Arabia and India, y'all not next either. Y'all gonna be right along with them under the Israelite rule. It doesn't matter if you believe. It doesn't. Your incredulity don't matter. Because this is what the scripture's saying. Thus saith the Lord. All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to you, brothers and sisters out there. Till the next time. Shalom.